Thanks for being here. Before we start, hit subscribe, like, and share this with someone who needs a nudge in the right direction. Today you'll learn how the law of attraction truly operates in your brain, your body, and your life, and how to align thought, emotion, frequency, and action so your 40 trillion cells march in the same direction as your goal. If this resonates, comment, "I'm tuning to the right station today." Part 1, the 40 trillion cells principle. You must eliminate inner ambivalence so your entire system stops sending mixed signals. Your central voice, thoughts, images, self-talk, issues, orders the body obeys. Repetition becomes physiology. Part 2, conscious versus subconscious, 5% versus 95%. The conscious mind, 5%, sets focus now. The subconscious, 95%, stores repeated statements as truth. If you want wealth consciously but subconsciously believe money corrupts, you'll break without noticing. Attraction requires aligning both layers. Part 3, vibration demystified. Everything vibrates. Thoughts, emotions shift chemistry, stress responses, cortisol versus relaxation, motivation, serotonin, dopamine. Your state extends beyond skin, EEG MEG. Fields interact, constructive versus destructive interference, that good vibe or off feeling you can't explain. Part 4, the radio dial. Tuned to scarcity, you perceive and validate scarcity. Good opportunities don't sound right. Same in love. Old paradigms feel familiar, healthy patterns feel foreign. Change the dominant station to change recurring outcomes. Part 5, belief, focus, delay. There's a lag between planting and harvest. People quit at the brink, test too soon and call it not working. Identity first, results second. Part 6, illustrative story. New city, money running low. Two choices: worry, jam the signal, or hold the frequency and keep acting. A forgotten payment, a timely call, an unexpected opening. Probabilities only visible when fear isn't clogging perception. Part 7, the secret. Skipped, action. Attraction ends with action. Visualization guides, action materializes. Raise state, then call, ship, practice, meet people, show up. Thought leads, emotion fuels, action builds. Part 8, practical reprogramming. 3 axes, self-talk upgrade, vivid sensory visualization, daily micro-bravery to create proof your body can trust. Part 9, tolerating doubt and delay. Treat doubt like passing clouds, regulate the body, breathing, walk, gratitude, then take the next smallest aligned action. Part 10, 5-minute total alignment. 1, clear desire. 2, I'm becoming the person who lives this. 3, final scene visualization with gratitude. 4, ask for the smallest proof action. 5, do it now. 6, comment, I acted. 7, nightly review. Repeat 30 days to remarch your 40 trillion cells. Comment, I'm tuning to the right station. What's your courageous action today? If this helped, like, comment your story and subscribe. Send it to someone who needs to switch stations now. You are not manifesting a single event. You are becoming a person for whom that event is the most natural outcome. That single sentence reframes the law of attraction from a lottery ticket to a lifestyle. Because if you only want, you are broadcasting distance. But when you become, your thoughts, emotions, posture, calendar, and conversations begin to harmonize, and the world responds in kind. This extra part is a long, continuous deep dive meant to be read or narrated straight through. It blends mindset, biochemistry, behavior design, and vivid use cases so you can watch the mechanics click into place. Keep one question in your mind while you read. What would someone who already lives my result do today, before noon? If you keep answering that question and actually doing what you answer, your identity will outrun your old evidence. Start with the most radical but useful notion. Results are identity's shadow. When identity shifts, results stumble to catch up. The lag frustrates most people into quitting precisely when reality is softening. They interpret the lag as proof that it's not working, and thus return to their old station. They switch the dial back to static 1 minute before the song begins. That's why patience here is not a passive virtue, but an active stance. It's the skill of holding a coherent frequency long enough for matter to reorganize around you. Coherence is the secret word. Thoughts, emotions, and actions in phase, marching, not cancelling each other. Imagine your mind emitting a steady tone, while your body plays the same note through consistent micro-bravery. That overlap is constructive interference. It doubles your effective signal and makes you easier to find by the people and opportunities you're meant to meet. How does identity change at the molecular level? Repetition and emotion engrave pathways. Evidence locks them in. The subconscious trusts felt repetition more than intellectual arguments. Tell yourself, I'm disciplined, and nothing changes. Feel yourself acting disciplined for 7 mornings in a row, and your nervous system concedes the point. The brain updates its "who I am" record based on what the body does consistently, especially under mild resistance. That is why micro-wins are sacred. The smaller the action, the sooner you can do it, the quicker you can feel it, and the faster it imprints. Big goals fail not because they are big, but because they are rarely felt. Shrink the action until it is tiny enough to do today, and meaningful enough to feel today. The subconscious requires a somatic receipt. Give it one before lunch. Consider a concrete wealth scenario. Old station. Money only comes with struggle. Rich people are suspect. I'm bad with numbers. Behavior follows station. You delay invoices, avoid negotiating, accept low-fee clients, skip your daily outreach because it feels icky. New station. Money measures value exchanged. I'm becoming a person who multiplies value and receives abundantly. For 7 days, you run a small protocol. 5 authentic outbound messages per day, 1 offer refined per day, 15 minutes of price anchoring study per day, 5 minutes of gratitude specifically for paid value delivered. That's it. On day 1, nothing outside changes, but your state does. You breathe differently after the 5th message. You sleep differently after closing your browser on a refined offer. By day 3, your tone in calls sounds quieter and more certain, which changes how people respond. By day 7, your calibrations compound. 1 reply becomes a conversation. 1 conversation becomes scope clarity. Clarity becomes a better proposal. Better proposal becomes faster yes. Was it magic? The magic is coherence, frequency, belief, plus behavior. Proof. The world mirrors whichever part you make louder. Relationships obey the same physics. Old station. I always end up with people who don't choose me fully. Maybe I'm too much. Maybe I should be less. Behavior. Over-explaining, micro-chasing, ignoring red flags because the nervous system likes what feels familiar. New station. I am becoming a person who is easy to love because I am easy with myself. I choose mutuality. Daily coherence ritual. 3 minutes of breathing into the chest while recalling 1 moment you felt secure. Let the feeling be the teacher. Then send 1 caring message to someone in your circle without agenda. Then 1 micro boundary in any area of life. Answering late-night texts tomorrow morning, saying, I'll think and reply this afternoon. Leaving a conversation when your body contracts. That micro-boundary is an identity vote. Your field starts to broadcast, this person values self-respect. People who resonate come closer. Those who rely on your self-abandonment drift. That drift is not rejection, it is sorting. Attraction is not just magnetizing, it is also filtering. Now let's wrap this into a single daily alignment stack. You can run in 8 to 15 minutes. First, name the scene. 1 sentence that describes the end state as if it were already real. My consulting calendar is full with aligned premium clients. I deliver deep value and feel light. Second, somatic stamp. 90 seconds of chest-focused breathing while you picture a single freeze frame, the email with approved, the handshake after a great meeting, the notification invoice paid, the quiet dinner celebration. Make it sensorial, the weight of the phone in your hand, the temperature of the room, the exact phrase you whisper, "Thank you, more please." Third, proof action. One action that a person who lives that scene would take today. Send the proposal, hit publish, request a testimonial, invite a conversation, practice for 18 minutes on the exact skill that raises your rates. Fourth, gratitude close. Write 3 lines beginning with "Thank you for," as if the scene were already part of your biography. None of this replaces work. It aims the work with a charged nervous system, so your actions arrive carrying the outcome instead of begging for it. What about doubt? Doubt is not the enemy. It's the weather report. Weather does not decide if you travel, it decides whether you pack a jacket. When doubt rises, do not debate it in the mind. That amplifies it. Metabolize it in the body. Try this 3-step reset. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4, exhale for 6, do 10 rounds. Stand and shake your limbs for 30 seconds to discharge static, then take one 60-second action that moves the ball forward. Open the doc and title it, paste the outline, hit send on the email drafted yesterday. You are teaching your system that doubt does not control behavior. Over time, the body learns we can feel shaky and still move. That sentence is a superpower. Let's talk about environment design, because frequency is contagious. If your desk is a shrine to chaos, your brain receives that signal before you write a word. 5-minute reset each evening. Clear the surface. Place tomorrow's single most important tool in the center. The book you'll annotate, the microphone you'll use, the sketchpad, the spreadsheet, and lay a sticky note with the first action verb of tomorrow, handwritten, draft, record, call, quote. When you sit down in the morning, there is no negotiation, only the verb. In your phone, uninstall one app that feeds comparison or outrage. Move the next 2 to a folder named Later. Your home screen should be a menu of becoming. Calendar, notes, camera for documenting progress, health app, and a single music playlist that your body associates with begin. Every time the playlist starts, your cells get the Pavlovian cue. We're the person who moves. On goals, pick one that is behavior evaluable. Make 10K this month is output only. You can influence it, not control it. Ship 20 offers to qualified leads by the 20th is input controllable. Make a 1-page scoreboard, dates across the top, daily inputs down the side, outreach, practice blocks, publication cadence, follow-up sent. Each checkmark is a frequency tick. You are not just tracking tasks, you are installing identity. When the page displays 100 checkmarks, the person who generated them feels inevitable. The market tends to agree. A word on language. Your nervous system listens to verbs. Replace "I need to," pressure deficit, with "I choose to," agency, or "I get to," gratitude. Replace "I'll try," permission to fail, with "I'll do X at Y o'clock for Z minutes." Replace "I hope it works" with "I will create 3 chances for it to work today." When speaking to others, narrate in completed tense about the direction you're taking. "I'm building a wait list for October," rather than "I'm hoping to find clients." This is not delusion, it's directional grammar. You're informing your cells which proteins to build. Tense matters. Let's explore the belief ladder, a bridge from impossible to inevitable. If "I'm rich" triggers inner eye rolls, your body won't carry it. Use runged beliefs. "I'm open to seeing money differently." Then, "I'm learning to create value that pays well." Then, "I'm becoming a person paid very well for my clarity and outcomes." Then, "It's normal for me to receive X dollars per project." Test rungs until one lands below your resistance threshold. You feel a tiny yes in the body. Now repeat that rung 100 ways while taking actions that would make it true. Once stable, climb to the next rung. Ladders beat leaps because the subconscious resists whiplash. Witnessing evidence is another overlooked lever. At day's end, capture proof points that your new station is already broadcasting. A reply that felt easy, a no that freed capacity, a sentence you wrote with less self-editing, a small coincidence that served your path, the way your shoulders dropped after setting a boundary. Put them in a running note titled Momentum Log. Read it every Friday afternoon out loud. The sound of your own voice narrating your growth teaches your nervous system. We are the kind of person who changes. Let's bring in 3 case mini-studies to make this visceral. Case A, the designer's pivot. She identifies as a good soldier taking any job. New station, premium collaborator, not commodity. Alignment stack. Morning visualization of opening an email that says, approved at full rate. Then one outreach to a founder she admires. Then 15 minutes improving a single deliverable from her portfolio. Then a gratitude line for paid value. By day 10, she has 2 conversations that feel unfamiliar. Nobody asks for discounts, they ask for process. Old reflex urges her to fill the silence with concessions. She breathes and holds rate. One client says yes. That yes is not luck. It is the first external mirror of her internal pivot. The rest of the quarter becomes easier because her nervous system now has a felt template for premium. Case B, the coach who hated selling. He reframes selling as sorted generosity. My offer helps the right people. My job is to find them and set them free to choose. Station work. Daily voice memo, pitching his own program to himself for 2 minutes, listening back to tone, removing apologies. Behavior, 5 thoughtful DMs per day to old leads with a single question that helps them self-assess readiness. Boundaries. If a prospect disrespects logistics, he declines. Attraction becomes efficient. Respectful prospects arrive because his field now broadcasts respect. Revenue rises, but more importantly, ease rises. The nervous system no longer flags selling as self-betrayal. Case C, the engineer regaining health. Old station. I'm an all-or-nothing person. New station. I'm a person who stacks small wins. Morning, water, pee walk 5 minutes outside before screens. Noon, 60 seconds of push-ups. Evening, cook once for tomorrow. He tracks consistency, not intensity. After 14 days, sleep improves, making work clearer. With clarity, he asks for one focused project. With focus, he delivers faster. With faster delivery, confidence returns. With confidence, he commits to a 20-minute daily skill growth block. Health and career co-rise because both are frequency dependent. When the body calms, the brain accesses better options. What about setbacks? They are not opposite to attraction. They are data. When something stalls, ask 4 questions. 1. Where did my coherence break? Thought, emotion, or action? 2. What is the smallest proof action I avoided because of discomfort? 3. What boundary did I fail to set that would have preserved energy? 4. How can I make my desired identity easier to execute tomorrow? Answer on paper, not in your head. Then translate one answer into a calendar block of 15 to 30 minutes. The calendar is your anti-friction device. Attraction without time blocks is daydreaming. Time blocks without alignment is grind. Put them together and you get gentle inevitability. Let's craft scripts you can speak out loud to entrain your system. Morning. Today, I broadcast clarity. I care more about coherence than speed. I will create 3 chances for my result. Pre-call. I'm here to understand, not to impress. I ask clear questions. I state my price calmly. The right fit is mutual. After a no. Not this door. Noted. Thank you for the sort. Next. Before bed. We're safe to receive. We did what a person like us does. Tomorrow we rise a notch. These are not affirmations floating above reality. They are instructions to your cells and friction reducers for your behavior. Because you'll be narrating this, let's compress a 1-minute micro reset you can record as a loop for yourself. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. Shoulders down, picture the scene. The message arrives, you smile softly, you whisper, "Thank you, more please." Ask for the smallest proof action. Do it now. You are becoming the person who lives this. You might ask, how do I know I'm on the right track if results haven't landed yet? Look for state markers and behavior markers. State markers: less jaw tension, fewer doom scroll loops, easier eye contact, a baseline of quiet expectation instead of jittery hope. Behavior markers: hitting send with less rehearsing, ending the day with one meaningful checkmark, saying no 1 beat sooner, noticing and writing down small wins without sarcasm. When these markers accumulate, outcomes are a matter of calendar math, not cosmic roulette. Let's speak to faith and evidence. Faith is not pretending obstacles aren't real. It is choosing which data to weight more heavily while you act. Evidence says you shipped today, someone answered, you learned a nuance, your body stayed steady through discomfort. Faith says, compound this and the curve must bend. The curve always bends under compounding. If you want a picture for your wall, a simple chart with a faint upward curve and 3 words underneath: state, proof, repeat. Finally, a 30-day challenge that fuses everything. Pick one identity statement in the becoming tense. I'm becoming the writer, creator, founder who. Create a daily 10-minute alignment stack. Scene plus breath plus proof action plus gratitude. Track 3 inputs that move your domain: outreach, creation, improvement. Maintain a momentum log of 5 lines per day. Install 1 boundary per week. Every 7th day, spend 20 minutes reviewing your own evidence out loud. If you miss a day, you do not start over, you continue, because inevitability is not purity, it is returning quickly. Read this last paragraph slowly. You do not need to be convinced that you deserve it, are ready for it, or even believe it 100% right now. You need to behave for 15 minutes today like someone who already lives it. The body will notice. The field will notice. A person who needed your courage will notice. And tomorrow, your belief will be 1 notch easier. Your proof 1 notch bigger. Your station 1 notch clearer. That is the real law of attraction. Not wishful thinking, but faithful tuning, thought, emotion, and action, repeated until reality sings along.